Welcome, legends and heli heads and choppers and stick bangers and twizzle whizzle thumbs and lovers of all things rotors. We're on location. We're on location at the flight field in Newark, and I'm here with Supermoon, a bit like the Stig. Never see his face, I'm afraid. You just hear of him. Some say when he was born, and the first thing he said when he came out was, "Micro Beast." And others think that his legs are made of carbon fibre. All we know is he's called the Supermoon. And today I'm with him, and he has given the angry bird a once-over. Remember what I said, top tip, don't be complacent, don't rest on laurels, and don't think that your time is wasted by getting someone who knows far more than you do to give it a once-over. And even if they don't know far more than you, always get someone to look over your helicopter before you fly, is my advice. Until such a point as people are coming to you to check it, and then perhaps you've probably reached nirvana at that point. So this short flight is Supermoon, the first time that Ali Bird, as I've called it, after my lovely wife, Ali Bird is going to go for a good old flight.
I need to point out at this stage, and for the ultimate good and benefit of my physical health and further continuing longevity in marriage of another 30 years, that in no way do my regular references of liking but not loving the attributes of Ali Bird correlate to my good lady wife, who is also called Ali. While she is small, feisty and powerful, she is not bright yellow, have a face of an angry bird, and nor does she have rotors out the top of her head. I hope that's clear.
So let's see how we get on. What a great flight from the supermoon. Really showcased this bird well. He's actually given the whole build a 9 out of 10. Can't have a 10 out of 10, it's not a Sab, is it? But 9 out of 10 is good. Blade tracking is great. He had to do some minor changes to the ESC and to also the voltage on the servos. I had that too low. But overall, you've just seen a good flight there in very, very capable hands. Now, whilst he's not a stick banger or a twizzle whizzle thumbs, because he's, you know, transcended that sort of status, I'm sort of moving towards that sort of sport flying status. So you're not going to see any flights like that from me, but you might see the odd loop and stuff like that. And I've got a couple of batteries left on it, and I'm going to be flying them later on. So see how that goes. But that was a really great flight, I think you'll agree. Right, coffee. Legends, it's bloody cold. I don't think I'm in Newark, I think I'm in Trondheim in Norway. Just had a quick flight on the 500, loved it, buddied up with Moon. Now this is a good top tip for those of you who are, you know, beginners, etc. Don't be afraid to reach out to a more experienced person in the club and buddy up with them. They can buddy up their controller with you, and that way, if you get out of shape or whatever, you know, they can put it right for you. Now, you know, I'm not a beginner, I'm a sort of intermediate if you like, but I haven't flown for a good few months, and this is a brand new bird, and I've only had one flight on it. So, on this last flight of the day, I'm buddied up with Moon. You won't be able to see his face. Remember, no one sees Moon's face. Some say if you look deep into his DNA, times 50,000 magnification, it says Sab. All we know is he's called the Moon. Right. Right, there you go, legends. 4 flights, of which you've seen 2 on the ALZRC. The last flight you saw there, some of the shots, some of the flying was off shot. When you saw the helicopter come back first time round, that's because Moon saved me. I was doing a hammerhead and got it slightly skew with at the top there, I think, and then he saved it basically, and we brought it back. And that's what I was practicing. I was practicing quick snap turns and hammerheads basically. Now, for a lot of people out there, that's nothing. It's nothing. For me, it's a big thing. And for 8 years, I've basically flown around in circles and figure of 8s, and I was very happy with that. And I didn't really progress any further. You know, that's the whole point of Heli Shed, is to say to anybody out there that, you know what, you can progress, and you know, all you got to do is just believe in yourself and, you know, get some help at the end of the day. That was a good example, I think. It's a shame it was off camera. A good example of how buddying up with somebody, particularly if you're lucky enough to have someone in your life like Supermoon, and they can save you an awful lot of money and an awful lot of trouble. In summary, on the last video I done on the bird, I said that I didn't love her, that I liked her, that I may grow to love her, depending on how many flights I get in with her. And I've got to tell you right now, I'm starting to fancy her quite a bit. I think I might even end up falling in love with her. She's a really nice helicopter, flies extremely well, and really, really powerful. That much is clear. Thanks very much. Join me on the next one. Bye-bye.